Assalamu alaikum. We are starting our usual exercise, but we have got only 5 or under 10 minutes to finish it up. So we'll be doing very quickly, and then the lecturer is already here waiting for the main lecture. Thank you. Please come forward and sit, take a seat, and then we can start the exercise. We are starting now. Thank you. And there, quiet, please.
Assalamu alaikum. We're Brother Zaid here will recite from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا وآتوا اليتامى أموالهم ولا تتبدلوا الخبيث بالطيب ولا تأكلوا أموالهم إلى أموالكم إنه كان هوبا كبيرا وإن خفتم ألا تقسطوا في اليتامى فانكحوا ما تاب لكم من النساء مثنى وثلاث ورباع فإن خفتم ألا تعدلوا فواحدة أو ما ملكت أيمانكم ذلك أدنى ألا تعولوا وآتوا النساء صدقاتهن نهلة وإن تبنى لكم عن شيء منه نفسا فكلوه هنيئا مريئا ولا تؤتوا السفهاء أموالكم التي جعل الله لكم قياما وارزقوهم فيها واكسوهم وقولوا لهم قولا معروفا وابتلوا اليتامى حتى إذا بلغوا النكاح فإن آنستم منهم رشدا فادفعوا إليهم أموالهم ولا تأكلوها إسرافا وبدارا أن يكبروا ومن كان غنيا فليستعفف ومن كان فقيرا فليأكل بالمعروف فإذا دفعتم إليهم أموالهم وأشهدوا عليهم وكفى بالله حسيبا للرجال نصيبا مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون وللنساء نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون مما قل منه أو كثر نصيبا مفروضا وإذا حضر القسمة أولو القربى واليتامى والمساكين فارزقوهم منه وقولوا لهم قولا معروفا وليخشى الذين لو تركوا من خلفهم ذرية ضعافا خافوا عليهم وليتقوا الله وليقولوا قولا سديدا إن الذين يأكلون أموال اليتامى ظلما إنما يأكلون في بطونهم نارا وسيصلون سعيرا آمنا بالله وصدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد والفاتحة.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. May I please request all of you to say Surah Fatiha for Ulama Marumeen, especially a person from Zanzibar. We know him from the old time, Ali Muhammad Sharif. He passed away yesterday and he will be buried today in Dar es Salaam. So please remember him in your du'as and let us say Fatiha for him and everyone else. Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Just people who from Zanzibar, we will know him as Ali Badia. So people from Zanzibar who don't remember him as his nickname is Ali Bajia. Okay, we'll ask GulamMehdi. Yeah, fine.
Zito yaweza kubebwa. That's fine, thanks. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and others who are virtually, probably if this is being sent live, and anybody who is also coming in just now. First and foremost, before I start, may I put a small request? I can see the people on the left-hand side there. So if I request Roshan Bhai and his people who are able-bodied to come and join me here, it will be nice. I've got a stiff neck, not that I don't want to talk to them, but it will be so nice to engage, because today it's not going to be a monologue, it's going to be a dialogue, because I'm not a lecturer. And before I start, I will put a disclaimer that today's topic / subtopics could be sensitive, and they're totally my opinion. Nothing to do with the seniors, nothing to do with Hujjat. I'm non-politically binding, etc. Okay, so nice. I see Sheikh Murtaza Bandali coming. Assalamu alaikum, Bari Murtaza Bandali. I still got 3-4 minutes, so I will warm up everybody here in front of me, so then I can really share what I would like to share with you. While I'm still waiting for a few people to join, it so happened I was here last Wednesday, and I am thankful to all of you to be given the opportunity to be amongst you. And Sultan Bhai said, Ghulam Bhai, oh, your turn, you haven't been here, and I've been traveling. So he said, well, we've got a slot next week. I said, wow. And you just don't come here blinded. You come here preparation. And because when you give me your time, it's part of your life you're giving me today. You'll give me 45 minutes, and that's your life you're giving to me. So if I don't present something, just pick up off the cuff, it's unfair to me and it's unfair to you. So I'll start with, because when Sultan Bhai said, okay, Ghulam Bhai, su bolu che tamne ke kai pan bolo. I remember the first time was Brexit, then there was COVID, then there was other things, then there was. So usually things do happen. Within a week when he told me, and I said, okay, I'll talk about something. Then only 2 days ago he says, give me the topic I want to put on the website. I said, you told me I can talk about anything. And what did they do? Azad Bhai, our major IT guy, said, WF aid. I said, I've already spoken about that a few months ago. Things do change. And I was here with Sultan Bhai yesterday. Tame to WF aid upar bolwana cho ne? And I kept quiet. Anyways, to bring humor to that, because still I haven't started, I've got another 2-3 minutes, I thought I'll just. So I told Sultan Bhai, it'll be the big W. The topic is the big W. It could be anything. It could be World Federation. But it's not. It could be part. It could be war. W. It could be worries. It could be wonderful. It could be weather. Why? What? When? Who? Where? I was refraining from that. Because last night somebody told me, I was talking about, Tame su bolwano cho? Main kidhu W. Oh, marhum mulla boila tha. 3W. Weather, women, and wine. Now that was, I was told last night. I didn't want to say it today. But Murtaza Bhai, since you kind of triggered that, we might as well talk about them, because more than 50% of mankind is our women folk, with whom we live with difficulties, without whom we can't live with peace. Anyways, on a serious note, as much as I would like to bring some breath of fresh air, situation across the world is not conducive to certain mankind areas. It could be political, what I'm saying, but I'll say totally unbiased without going and inflaming any situation. Why I've chosen the big W? The question is, why are you here today? Why are you here every Wednesday? Okay, there could be many reasons. And all reasons are valid. Everybody has their own little why. Everybody has their own little story to say. So many a times when we sit in gatherings, we speak about things. And it's nice. To me, when I say why the volunteers, why the seniors are doing this, there is a reason. Camaraderie, to meet up, to talk, to exchange views, to bond, to pray together, to eat together. Then I was just looking at it. I came to UK about 30 years ago from Sweden. Why did I come to Sweden? Why did I come to UK? And yes, there were certain reasons then. Are those reasons valid today? Maybe not. I've been going on off to Tanzania. I was in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. And I'm thinking of, wow, going back to Tanzania. Why? We all have our reasons. Okay? Today, very nicely, I can say people are going back to their countries where they grew up. And we are quite in a bubble. The Hindus are doing a lot. I do some research. And when I had my patients at my practice dental surgeries, many of them who I communicate still, they're back home in India. They have a home. And I remember Marhum Ahmad Dungar, he said, Amari paase desh nathi. Hujjat is our country. What a strong statement. Anyways, having said that, I might point to a few people, and if you feel you're okay to share, say me. Because when I work with people, be it at World Federation, be it at my dental practice, be it anywhere, and I say, why do you want to be my nurse? Why do you want to come and work with me while there's so many other surgeries? So people have their whys. So if I could just ask my brother, Mr. Nur Muhammad here, I see paying attention to me. What is your big why in 2 sentences, if you have any? You get up in the morning with a reason. Okay, today, alhamdulillah, I'm awake, but 300,000 people haven't woken up today. Okay. What is your why for today? Because I believe that after this 30, 40 minutes, at least if some of you then think, say, right, we went there, something has opened up part of my coconut, I'll feel that I've fulfilled and I have done justice to you being here and justice to myself. Anything you want to share with me?
One question that worries me every day, that is, why is it that Muslims do not unite to form a brotherhood which can actually be in the spirit that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam intended?
Fantastic. The question is there. And it's a valid question. Why can't we, the Ummah, unite? And these questions have been asked many times. And it's a valid question. And it all starts from bottom up. The unity, same question was asked. And I think I asked him, you're talking about Ummah. Look at your closer family relationships. Bhai hoy, kaka hoy, chacho hoy, su hoy. There is. The question is valid. I'm not belittling it even a second. Yes. Because just I was reading a blog and everybody was saying, oh, why isn't Iran doing something? And the man said, there's so many Arab countries with sultanates, with kings, with whatnot. But that is, again, yes, a question. Deep thought. What is the solution? I don't know. Unity. So why are we disunited? Let's say 1-to-1, me and Sultan Bhai had a disagreement. I stretch out an olive branch and say, Bhaiya, it was an old feud. But that's a good question. Mr. Hussein Abullah, what is your why today? What is your why of being here?
My why is, can I be a better person than what I was yesterday? And can I plan for tomorrow for better things than today?
Subhanallah. Now that is a thing. We all want to evolve and grow. And this is probably not only his, everybody thinks about, "Aaj હું શું સારું કરું કે ગઈકાલનું મારું better than yesterday." Okay. I'm just throwing a few topics which you are all fully aware, and then I want you to ponder it as we progress. The war, Ukraine, Russia. Why did Russia invade? There are many stories to that. We hear a lot of things, and that's what I want is last, if I remember, that we should be mindful of the social media, and we should be ultra mindful of what we are sharing. Because something that is not correct, if it's a fake news, and we have spread, and that spreads, you have let the genie out of the bottle. A fake news spreads, which is not good. China, Uyghurs, China, Hong Kong. This I'm just throwing you. You are aware of this. You read newspapers. You listen to the news. Why is that happening? And then we'll come back to the Muslim. Where are we in the bigger geopolitical things? We look at Israel and Palestine. I personally am so hurt and so wounded by what is happening. But then when I was listening to certain topics, and one is Bassem Youssef on Piers Morgan, and he said, it's sad, it's happened, both sides, killing a life, innocent, is not correct. Any religion believes. But this issue has been going for more than 75 years. These new baby boomers who are 30, 35, 40 years, they don't know what is happening. Sadly, it has happened. The ramifications are bad. The awareness, the youths, the young 40s, 50s, who will lead us. I believe I'm in the tail end of my comet. Like a Halley's comet, the comet goes, I'm in the tail end. So I'll be extinguished anytime. So people have come. I was in Zanzibar, I was in Tanzania maybe 10 days ago. Wanagombania nini hawa ardhi tu. People, my driver, or a driver was driving, and we were talking about Palestine. Asikufahama wanagombania, wanauawa shauri ya ardhi. So you can imagine the media. Our brothers I met at the mosque, હવે તો બના Pakistani soldiers જાય છે ગાઝામાં fight કરો. And I wanted to say, are you in this world? Wallahi, in the mosque. Shia brother, maybe 55 years of age. Hoja. હવે મેં કીધું blockade છે. Blockade છે. And he looked at me. I immediately Googled, I showed him the map of Gaza. I said, what? Now this is, nonsense talk. What? Maneno ya baraza. So why, again, my W, why? Why do we have to pay attention? Knowledge is power. If you have the right knowledge and the right tool, fine. Yesterday, I think somebody sent me a video about Dr. Shiva from India. A beautiful video. And so much information I didn't know. Anyways, having said that, is that why? I was in Uganda only 3 weeks ago. Panjo, Uganda, 100 years in Uganda exodus. Why are some going back? That again, we all are in a dynamic situation. We are not static. Why I'm raising these topics to you? Because when I go there and say some people will say, okay, right, I've come here, I've got this piece of land, I'll get $400,000, I want to sell it, go back to UK. He's coming to crystallize his assets. Fantastic. I was there, and many of you were there in Uganda, and there's this Minister of Investment. He says, come, we need your investments. Bring your money. Within 5 years, you can repatriate your funds with zero tax. And for the next 5 years, no tax, etc. It looks lucrative, yes. And as we know, Africa is going to be the bread basket. I'm just talking now, I'm going to the other side. to say that, yes, માણસો કે તમે યુકેમાં 5-6% કામ કરો છો એમને ખબર નથી. 20% is minimum. I've got Anubai Danji here with his family in Tanzania with some businesses. And I go back again. Why? Many people, one of them me, 2006, invested in Dubai. And many of us lost, and I lost. Then let's say I invested $1 million, and within that time it was worth only 200,000. So I'd lost 80% of the money, but I was still saying, oh, સુધરશે. But some people from Tanzania say, અમને અમારા 20% આપો, 5 વર્ષમાં 3 અમે ડબલ કરીને મારા પૈસા પાછા. And they did it. And I waited, it shrunk, and it shrunk, and it disappeared. See, that's the wisdom. YW, wisdom. So what? It's an experience. Here we are here to share experiences. We have another issue, Rwanda, Hutu, Tutsi, which happened not so long ago, 10 years. And as I was just telling, that the High Supreme Court has ruled that it's illegal to send refugees from here to Rwanda. So you just wonder, so what made them think that if you take those illegal refugees here, put them into Rwanda, the boat migration will decrease? I don't know. What is the wisdom? I don't know. Something that's for us here. Why did we buy Harefield? I'm not ashamed to. Why? Okay, because now, again, when I see situations, things happen, but it's the office bearers without blessing. Why did we buy Stanmore? When we bought it, I think $2 million or £2 million, and people did object for whatever reason. Good, yes, no, ha, che, tem, che, kainati. It has served us more than 30, 40 years. So my thing is why? What is my why? Why am I doing what I'm doing, what I'm passionate about? Is serving. Is it for my akhirat? Absolutely yes. Have I any empathy with those people who are less privileged? Absolutely yes. I come from a family of 10 children in Zanzibar. 1964, I was a little boy when there was a revolution. Okay? 7 sisters, 3 brothers, a new baby boy, 6-month-old. And what is the most precious thing? Is your life and your family. You all have had your own experiences, but that's my why. When I then managed with my parents to come to Tanganyika mainland, to settle in Mwanza for 10 years. Age of 16, went to Scotland to study. And તું ક્યાં જાય છે? હું ગ્લાસગો જાઉં છું. તું લંડન નથી જાતો. Anybody who would come to UK was coming to London. They could be going to Luton, they could be going to Bradford, they could be going to Leicester. ક્યાં જાઓ છો? લંડન જાઉં છું. મને પૂછ્યા, હું જાઉં છું ગ્લાસગો. So again, you can see the people's perception, the why. Why is he going to Glasgow when everybody is going to London? But not everybody was coming to London. So coming back to the question as to my why. Sure, today we see the refugees, we see the people without water, people without food, people without cloth. The truth is, in 1965, my father had daily only 2 Tanzania shillings. 2 Tanzania shillings to go and buy things from the Sokoni to feed the family of 12. So I'm just telling you a story, and this is a story, I guess, when you sit and see how our children or grandchildren are privileged. They're not spoiled, they're privileged. And what did my maroon father do? Okay. In the evening around 4 p.m., he would take me, I would hold his finger with 2 kikapus and would go to the Sokoni in Mwanza. Why 4:30? Because that's when, if the fruits were being half price, some half rotten fruits, some whatnot, you see, you have to stretch your money to the limit. So today, my why, when they say a person in Gaza maybe will survive on 2 slices of bread. While I came here, I saw the refreshment was so much. Not that we should deprive ourselves, but yes, keeping in mind. So again, this why, whether it's who, what, where, when, that will come later. I took up these few topics to see how it is. And something very good was last Sunday, I was here at Fajr when Dr. Sipten Panjwani was giving his lecture. And he talked on haq and batil. And I said, wow, that is my why. I want to do things that is haq. I want to do things that I can stay away from batil. And he says, haq is always there. God has created haq. Is the batil that is piggy banking, like the kangaroo mother carrying in her pouch the batil. So that was something very good. And then there was this majlis on Sunday afternoon, Said Naqvi. And he said nice thing, which we know, but we need a reminder. I'm saying things here, you know it. But when it comes in a different fashion, it's a bit different. And he said, you only miss something that you don't have. You had it, but you don't have it. Be it our parents, be it our children, be it our health. I repeat, health. I remember my father marhum said, Hakre jamane mein dand wo khenjo nai. Aj dand nai ne khenjo ai. My father was poor, a young man with teeth. So imagine. So though when I'm throwing these anecdotes, maybe when you are at home, you say, right, what did GulamMehdi Sumar speak about today? It's life history, surviving. When you all know 3 years ago, when I was on deathbed due to COVID. So what I'm saying is when even I go to lectures and I learn something and I feel, well, if I can impart that information to you, it's helpful. Now some people, here I'll say 2 things because there's one Dr. DeMartini, who was my mentor about 6-7 years ago and who I've learned a lot. He said, to serve humanity, you serve the majority. Serving humanity by serving the majority. I can do one-to-one business. I can treat one patient at a time. I can teach people on virtually how to improve their oral health, 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. I could be doing cooking from home, making 100 samosas and serving 3 people. Or I could scale it up and have a factory of samosas and giving it to 100 restaurants. Why I'm saying that? Because today we are saying, "A boycott kariye, a boycott kariye, a boycott kariye." Very true. Where we can stop helping our enemies, we should. And I was looking at myself, I said, Gulam, what have you bought? Okay, this is maybe Rado, maybe this is Hugo Boss, this is Ted Baker. And yes, I feel miserable. Could I have done another choice? Could we have done another choice? Yes. But I fear nathi parwano. You do your stuff, I do my stuff, we do our stuff. That's all I can tell you as my brothers. I'm not here to dictate or to condescend anybody. We all live our lives. So Dr. DeMartini, and he was staying in the Trump Tower, and he met Donald Trump every day. Now, even if you Google Dr. DeMartini, he's probably, if not the topmost, one of the 3 topmost human behaviorists. And I learned from him is how to kind of conduct yourself, how to analyze. Because many times we do knee-jerk reaction. I have done it over and over again. And then we regret. Anna boilu hoto, anna kairo hoto. As I said to my friends when I said, pretend you're driving, just turning light from green to amber. and on your shoulder is a traffic policeman, what would you do? Would you pass the amber or you would wait? Why I'm saying that is we have to be cognizant of everything. Sometimes we get carried away. I do get carried away. They say words are cheap. I could be giving you all these things and not following, preaching without practicing. What I'm just saying is there are quite a few things. We are all matured. We're in the not exit lounge. We are the wisdom. Today I would say our Jamaat, the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of expertise. Why did he bring Cameron yesterday? And the topic was, he is an experienced 11 years party leader, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. Today, when I take you in mind, say, right, help me, I need your guidance. I sincerely come for guidance. Yesterday, I was talking to Iqbal Bhai Panju, who has been for 28 years at Welfare. Iqbal Bhai, mane ahiya taklif pare che. Gulam, aache, falano che, falano che. Then on to Muhammad Lakha, who has been there for 32 years. I've been with World Federation full-time 3 years, but I've been working with them since 1988. And I said, Muhammad, problem che. Okay, che, tem che. So there are people sitting with wealth of experience. Why don't we use them? Or why we are reluctant to go? If I know Honorable Jadhav Jidanji has got some contacts or some influence somewhere in Tanzania, Honorable mane aa kaam karavu છે. શું કરું? ગુલામભાઈ, હું નથી કરતો, હું કરતો તો હવે જા ડૉક્ટર રહીમ પાસે ને મિસ્ટર ઇસ્માઇલ પાસે. We should not shy to share our wealth. Be it knowledge, be it... It doesn't... Very simple. I was in Dar es Salaam again 2 weeks ago and I met Dr. Chetan Ramayan. He is the deputy helper of Minister of Health under Mama Samia Suluhu. I was with him having lunch at Delhi Darbar. I was talking. He says, I'm a gynecologist professor and I want to reduce mortality rate amongst the women in Tanzania. Many women during pregnancy in Tanzania are sadly dying. Many in Gaza are dying in Bangladesh. But there's another story when I was with Tony Blair's wife Cheryl in Geneva some few years ago. So I remember that. Then there's a Dr. Zahra Hussain from Bombay. She met me. She was doing dental camp in 327, Hindi camp. And she says, Dr. Sumar, are you going to Tanzania? Can you meet Sister Zinat Fazal? I said, okay. So I met her. Why I'm sharing this is there is wealth. So I talked to Zinat Fazal. She has been with United Nations since 2007. Our Hoja lady. And I asked people, "Tamne orko cho Zinat Fazal?" Na. Anwar bhai orko? Na. Makbul orko? Na. A lady who has been at the top. There are 17 counselors of United Nations mental health awareness. And she's one of them. So she said, Gulam Bhai, would you like to come to United Nations head office? I said, yes. Can I get your passport to get your clearance? I said, yes. Now, somebody tells you and then you contact. What happened? The same week was United Nations Mental Health Day. आपने कहा mental health, हाँ तो पागल छे. I, GulamMehdi Sumar, after coming from COVID, went to psychologists, psychiatrists, mental behavior. I gave talks on mental well-being. Just because you don't see doesn't mean it's not there. Just because I've got 2 arms, 2 legs, it doesn't mean. Honestly, it doesn't have to be a shoot or a murder or to have a mental issue. Children, when they go to school, they're mobbed for their looks, or they didn't finish the homework, or they didn't, whatever. When we lose somebody from the family, the mental trauma is there, but maybe we have managed to work it. Some people have lost businesses, some people have lost relations, anything. So that mental, I'm going back to Zinat Fazal. So what happened? I remember Mukhtar Karim from Lady Fatima Trust. When I see his post, he's a lot on mental. So I said, Mukhtar, I'm in Dar es Salaam. There's this lady, I said, Ghulam Bhai, share me. Why I'm saying that? Different organization, World Federation, Lady Fatima Trust, Horizon, Charity, Fahmaz, Zido. We all are doing some, there's foundation, the Danji Foundation. Sorry, I'll tell you another story here if time permits. This is the why, is a network. So Mukhtar said, oh yeah. I said, Mukhtar, you also are working in Zanzibar about reducing the mortality. Yes. So immediately, Dr. Chetan Ramayan number I gave to Mukhtar and Zinat Fazal and says, Ghulam, this is gold dust. When you get contact of people, it makes your life easier. So that is the why. Why did I do that? I could say, a Judo organization. Arey Baba, it's no good to me. That information was given to me again. If Zahra Hussain from Bombay, who was in the Camp 32, didn't tell me about Zinat Fazal, I wouldn't know. So again, the why. Sharing is caring. The why. Today, I'm so passionate about it that I've lost track what I wanted to say. I've said into multifaceted things. Going back to Dr. DeMartini. In our organization, in our community, we have industrialists. We have big business people. We have people, and it's the volume. I can speak for example, Mohammad Dewji. I met him at the airport. Yes, his story I can share with you. It can be live, I don't mind, because it's the truth. We've got Muhammad Bhai Jafar in Kenya. We've got Bawazir family. We've got the Danji. People who are large. And when I went just now, people from UK told me, Ghulam Bhai, tame jo to jamin male che Jangbar ne Pemba ma. I said, yes. So our people, and what is scarce now is water and food. Water is being traded at New York Stock Exchange for 2030. We trade gold, we trade coffee, we trade minerals. Water is going to be trading. Why? It's a limited commodity. And we just open the tap, the water is there. You turn on the switch, light is there. How privileged are we? Let's not forget we have gone through difficult times. And I always am proud to say I'm a Khoja. My community, as much as I can remember, has always been there. And today our organizations, our sub-organizations, our charities, our NGOs, Dr. Amilak has got a HCA and somebody is there. Why I'm saying this is, hello, let us be proud of our heritage. Let us be proud of who we are. આપણે જોઈએ છે ઇસ્માઇલી આમ કરે છે, બોરા આમ કરે છે, અગર ખાન ડેવલપમેન્ટ ફંડ blah blah blah. They talk, અરે જો તો સિનાસરી, I met ગામીભાઈ હારજી, I met him in Kutch Bhuj. તમે સિનાસરી તો બહુ સારા છો. તમે તો બહુ, you're together. I say, yes. Do I tell him no? I say, yes. Having said that is again, I hope that some of the I know I'm covering so many things. There is that my why to share with you. Because I travel so extensively, I see things, I hear, I listen, I learn. As you said, your day today should be better than yesterday. And tomorrow should be better than today. That's what we want to do. So coming back to this Dr. DeMartini, and when he talked about the Donald Trump, and there's this Mr. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Is it Kiyosaki? Somebody knows? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Anybody heard about that? Kiyosaki or something. I forgot the name, so I will just... Again, when I mention a few names, there were many. when they had a meeting in Davos about 4 years ago, our Khojas, the word was the wealth of those individuals, 200 people plus, was in excess of $1 trillion. True or false, God knows. I would say 50 billion. That's, they are. And they are very good philanthropists. Because if I mention a few names and I forget the other names, I'll be in trouble in the sense that I'm not favoring anybody. Having said that, the COVID has played its part on economy. And after that, this big recession, what we are having, and the inflation, so there is that fatigue, donor fatigue. Very fair. A person in our community was giving me, GulamMehdi Sumar, £10,000 every year to go and do good stuff. Okay? It's an honest. Then it reduced to 5. Now it's 0. Not that he's not giving. કે ગુલામભાઈ તમે મોરા આવ્યા આજે કે ને ફાયર સેલ છે first 100 seats to Nairobi is £20. There will be solved. So that brother is still giving. Now I used to go maybe 2 days or 2 weeks before Ramadan to get Ramadan relief money from him. He says, હવે તું 2 મહિના વહેલો આવ because બીજા માણસો પહોંચી ગયા. Why I'm sharing that? I took it for granted. આ મને આપે છે, દેશે. My ignorance, and I lost it. So the question is, we have to be alert with the time. કાલે કરશું નહીં ચાલે, ગઈકાલે કરવાનું હતું. You are all, your parents, grandparents, you are okay. Why I'm sharing you these anecdotes to understand what happens. One brother, I was in Pemba with Mohsin Nathani of Nyota Foundation. We work with them. So Mohsin says, Gulam, it's a second trip, Pemba, and I'll be going again in the next 10 days. The water well, that water well's side, Gadi che, Mercedes-Benz che, Lexus che, Volkswagen che, Skoda che, everything. Before I remind me water well, remind me Ramadan Relief Fund. When you go out asking for money, World Federation છે અમારો Ramadan Relief મહિનાનો £50 છે. Another charity XYZ says અમારો £25 છે. Another says અમારો £30. I have got £100 in my pocket. Who will I give? Will I give World Federation? They will give me only 2 packs. Or will I give Danji Foundation? Will give me 4 packs. Or will I give Bandali? Will give me 3 packs. As a layman, આ લોકો £50 છે. All 25. Where would you go? To the 25 wala, right? Ke 4 ne. So I looked at that and our donors, Gulam bhai, tame ke monga cho. So I talked to Anubhai Jadavde. Anubhai, tame £25 karo cho, tamaro package ma, like a samosa. You got a samosa with meat or samosa with dungri only. Okay? And you might look with a microscope where is the meat. He says, અમારું પેકેટમાં આ છે 4 જણ વાસ્તે ને 15 દિવસ. નોલેજ. અમારો પેકેટમાં આટલું છે 4 જણ ને કેટલા દિવસ? 15. રમદાન કેટલા દિવસનું છે? So now we understood it's marketing and I can't blame him. Marketing. So then to my donors, ભાઈ અમારું છે 6 જણ આટલી વસ્તુ અને 30 દિવસ. See, there's work to be done. And we jump on the let us see why I'm coming to the final conclusion. We should be equipped with enough knowledge and information. Neem Hakim Khatre Jan. આ સાંભળું મોલાલી શું કહે છે? જોવાનું ને સાંભળવાનું 2 આંગળીનો ફરક છે. I'm saying this, I'm not trying to educate you. I'm saying now we are in the time of social media, which is so corrupt with artificial intelligence that I am scared. I've told my siblings, I fell out with my 2 sisters. She's sending, I said, you read the message, you make sure it's true, before you put in any groups. Because કે છે ને એક ફેરે તીર કમાણમાંથી નીકળી ગઈ, that's gone. આપણે કાંઈ બોયલા, it's gone. Again, my why is to bring awareness in the final 2-3 minutes, then I'll leave it to the open floor. Is this social media? There's a few things I will just jump off. And I was asking an elderly lady who is 85. I was with her 2 days ago. મેં કહ્યું તમે કુરાન પઢાવો છો બચ્ચાઓને 40 વર્ષથી. બપોરના 2 વાગે આવશે એક મધરને 2 બચ્ચા 3 વાગે આવશે. What is your why? And she says, કોઈ કુરાન પઢશે એ મરશે. Her thing was that if Allah's book is being read by somebody. Having said that, remind me about the water. Eyesight. Mama Keki, who is the sister of Honorable Rajpar, and her husband were somewhere in the jungles 40 years ago. There was this mzee, could not see. So Mama Keki's husband, it was just a magnifying glass. He saw it and he could read the Quran. And that is, I just learned this recently with Dr. Shiraz Datu, Temeke Eye Clinic. You see, when I learn, I hear this is wow. And if I tell you, you can give me 50 pounds and give somebody eyesight. I was in Portugal. One person said, बस इतने में खुदा का कलम कोई पढ़ सकेगा? इतने नाबीना को बीना दिया और कुरान पढ़ेगा. If I tell you you're giving somebody eyesight and you're reliving 2 people, because the people who are in the villages, Africans or Indians or wherever, I've been to villages in Africa and in India, an old man will depend on his wife and his daughter-in-law to take him to the toilet. If you give them cataract operation, intraocular lens for 50 pounds, the wife becomes free to do things, the daughter-in-law. Can you imagine the social upliftment? Yes, indirectly I'm asking for money, indirectly. Okay? For the cause, for the good cause. So I talked about, did I say last time about that lady who's a Nyendo Shia? I was in Mwanza. And working with the Desk and Chair Foundation, Sipten Megji. Brilliant guy. If God gives him 25 hours instead of 24, he will use 25 hours. I was with him 3-4 days doing the work, and I got tired. I got exhausted. કે ગુલામ દિવસ में 300 જણ અચેંતા. કોઈ કે પા ના નતા પારો. So there's this mama coming with a child. This is just one. There's so many other things. Prosthetics. Okay? Nguya bandia. We gave her, and I was there, so I am saying with witness. A prosthetic legs, $80. Nyendo mashia, nye. Mimi nataka kuwa shia. Indirect tabligh. We don't give Quran. We don't give La ilaha illallah. We say, serving humanity. Imam Ali was not only for Shia. Imam Hussain is not only for Shia. So that in my conclusion is that, and I'm just saying about Danji Foundation. 2-3 years ago, I was out here, and I'll mention because something good you have to mention. Shiraz Danji was here, your son. Gulam bhai, તમે જાઓ છો કેમ્પ કરવા, કોણ ખર્ચો આપે છે? મેં પોતે આપે છે. Wherever I travel, even now as an ambassador of World Federation, pro bono. Wherever I travel, I'm not saying, but God has blessed me with some money, so I'm spending it. So Shiraz કે હા તમે પોતે કે મેં પોતે ભરીએ છે. And he kept quiet. They said, કાંઈ તમને ખપે છે? મેં કીધું અમને મેડિકલ ખપશે કે? Okay, KJ money. So I phoned Shabir Jagani, my leader, dental camp leader. I said, Shabir Jagani, talk to Shiraz Danji. Happened. We got money, and we got good money to do dental stuff in the camp. Something similar, there was a big case of a cancer of a lady who had maybe 20 kilos cancer growth on her leg. And I showed it to Shiraz, and she said, okay. Ek condition, tane paisa nahi aapye. પૈસા જશે સીધો બુગાંડો હોસ્પિટલ. મેં કીધું વાહ વાહ સારું ને મને પૈસા આપો પછી હું મોકલું મોંઝા. His uncle, Anwar Danji, tamaro brother, kone Asghar Danji. He said, "Take care." I'm giving examples not because you're here, I'm just giving examples to understand, right? The good things we do should be known. Why I'm saying that? Now when I go to Mr. Danji bhai થોરાક મને અમને આપજો. મને બે ફેરે કીધા અમારો એ ફાઉન્ડેશન અમે ચલાવીએ છીએ. ઠીક છે તમારા અમે સ્પેર ટાયરમાં તમારી પાછળ આવશું. I think I've concluded. What I would say is let's be careful on social media. Just recently there was something posted about atrocities, which was Syria, but it was put in another way as if it is Israel. So I told that brother, and Dr. Nizar Merali corrected it, which was good. Yesterday, day before yesterday, was another water thing. That water was correct, was dropped by Jordan Airways for the water, and people could drink water, some were damaged. But it wasn't an Israeli water camp, blasted, otherwise everything would be burnt, no crater. Final, please, whatever you get, look it. If you think it has added value to your life, it will add value to mine and the organization, then share it. If not, there's so much. With that, I'll say, okay, now, final, why? Why do people write book? Mehdi Hassan, you know him. Okay, he was here, Stanmorian. Then he was Ahlul Bayt TV. Mehdi Hassan. This book is worth its weight in gold. Win every argument. I know Marhumullah said, "Apre વાંચવામાં કાચા છે. Books મફત પૈરો છે, મુર્તઝા બંદાલીના બધાય લઈ જાશે. ટીકરી નાખો 1 પાઉન્ડ 2 પાઉન્ડ કોઈને લે." I come here, I'm a reader. Please. Okay? It's a nice slow book to read. Not argument is a negative word. Any situation you are there. Why am I saying this? Why do our leaders do? Why do Siptan Ali Bhai Gandoche to become a president? Why? There is hamdard to serve the community. And our duty is to help our leaders. If they make mistakes, we tell them. This guy, you know him? Amin Nasor. Africa Federation president. I met him 2-3 times. He's a lawyer, a damn good lawyer. Like we've got Mr. Chandu here. Do they need to get another headache? No. God has blessed them. I'm sharing this to see. Mehdi Hassan, maybe 5-6 million copies has been sold. Why did he write this book? To benefit mankind. Now this, I was just in Dubai and I saw this. 100 most powerful, influential women. I'll keep it here. You can take it, read it, and keep it. It's a recognition. In a final nutshell, Hojas, World Federation. What are we? Mullah Sahab. When I was in here, World Federation, Mullah Sahab ka World Federation? नहीं. World Federation अंजुमन है, Mullah उसका president है. There is that connection. Just now I was there, some say, "Oh, Gulam Sumar is coming." That's World Federation. No, I'm GulamMehdi Sumar. Tomorrow I will not be in World Federation. Yesterday I wasn't in World Federation. But it's nice. It's nice. So with that, I will leave you, and I hope that I have managed to illuminate something that you can take home and think about it. So I'm still within my few minutes. I made sure that, no, now I'll just, and you see, now the why. And honestly, yes, Mr. Kako, he just walked in. He sent me a message this morning, Gulam Bhai, tell our seniors, if they are paying 10 or 12 pounds for the monthly, there's another bargain with 6 pounds. Then that 6 pound they save, they can give it to World Federation every month. Brilliant. He shared with me. So anybody who's got a mobile contract more than 10, 12 pounds, reach out to him. There's one for 6 pound, unlimited telephone, unlimited text, 5 gigabyte a month for 6 pound. So if you are saving those 6 pounds, you know where it's needed. Okay? Thank you. That's why I share. Sharing is caring. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. This is for here and this is for here. Anybody who wants to borrow it can borrow it. this can stay here, use it, take it home. I don't mind. Thank you, my brothers. Thank you for being so attentive. Some of you were dozing, but it's good. It just shows I can put people to sleep. You don't need hypnotism. Wa Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. हाँ, ये यहाँ के मिली वेंदो, ये Amazon में मिले तो, Amazon में मिले तो दुकानों में मिले था. This is super good book. जी बाबा. Any shop मिले. सुना तो Amazon. मेहदी हाँ यहाँ फोटो पारी ने हालां तो क्या सुल्तान भाई पाए. हाँ ठीक है. करो थिए. और सुल्तान भाई.
All of this, if you can send it.
This is free. I got it from Dubai, and this is I can get more copies. Federation समाचार है. दाजी ना याविया ना copies. हाँ तो ये देखो रखा तो खाना share with each other. I can make photo para. एक मुझे बाप. ले. उन लोगों ने नहीं जरा sorry ने हमारा बाप. This is such a good book. हाँ क्यों हाँ है वो जो लिखे बा. Mehdi Hassan win every argument. है वो जो दिया था. ने पांचो खोजो है. हाँ मैं. हम ना निकरा. ले जाओ वांचो. અને જે તમને બીજી કોપી કપતી અમારી પાસે એક એક્સ્ટ્રા હશે હું તમને લાવી આપીશ અહીંયા ભલે પડ્યો વાંચો. He has helped people